Is it on?
Yeah.
Okay. So today we're coming from Windsor Lane, and I'm Papa Boucher, and this is my guest, Connor St. Clair. And we're talking today about making good choices and listening to our parents. And our guest is Connor, because he has some parents that sometimes they argue. And it's kind of a weird feeling, but I'd like to have Connor explain to the audience how it makes him feel when mommy and daddy fight. So maybe there's other kids out there in YouTube land that their parents fight, and maybe Connor can help them to cope with when mommy and daddy fight when they don't understand. Connor?
The subject that sometimes my mom talks about and my dad is what they're fighting about is what they fight about is what they fight about sometimes just for no reason. One time when they started a fight, Dad said that there was a crumbled up dollar bill and blamed it on my mom, and she didn't even do it.
Yeah.
And then the yelling came. So then everyone just came in the bedroom just yelling at mom and dad, trying to get them to stop yelling. And we got like air horns and stuff trying to get them to stop, but they just won't stop.
Yeah. So can you tell the audience, Connor, how that made you feel when you heard your mom and
It
daddy
made me
fighting?
feel sad. It made me feel guilty. It made me feel sad, and it made me feel upset, and
Tell us why it made you feel guilty, Connor.
It made me feel shy because it was so loud.
Yeah. So can you tell the audience, Connor, the other kids out there, why did it make you feel guilty? Do you know what guilty means?
Yes.
Why did it make you feel guilty? You didn't do anything.
Well, it just makes me feel guilty because I just don't like that my parents fight a lot. And once my dad told me once when he was a little kid, he went into a store.
Yeah.
No, this was me. I went to Home Depot. We went to Home Depot, and we got like these lollipops. We forgot to pay for it.
Yeah.
And went outside and drove away before we even paid for it. And then guess what? And then what happened is like something happened. Home Depot messaged me, told me, "Where's your money?" and literally just yelled at me on messages for no reason.
Well, I think there was a reason, because I think you might have taken lollipops without paying for them.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe they were just upset.
Yeah, they're
Because
just
some
upset.
people, believe it or not, some people have by accident, they take something and like their hands are full, so they'll put it in their pocket and they pay for the rest of their stuff and they forgot they put it in their pocket and then they walk out. That's by accident.
Yeah,
And sometimes that happens, but some people go to Home Depot just to steal on purpose. That's why they're there. Yeah.
And can you speak to the audience about the ring alarm, that stealing tag?
Yes. So we're going to go off subject of when mommy and daddy argue with one another and how it feels. But in Home Depot, for the ring alarms, they have a security tag that's attached to the box. And if somebody tries to take that ring alarm without paying for it, and they try to walk through the door, an alarm goes off. And it rings, 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 and then security people will come. Thank you.
You want to get your clothes on, honey?
So, back to that. So I think for the audience, I think they kind of understand, Connor, how you cope with your feelings. And you know what? it's too bad that mommy and daddy fight, but they do.
Yeah.
So the best thing we have to learn how to do is cope with it.
Yeah.
Understand that it's not your fault. It's not Kennedy's fault. Mommy and daddy just argue with one another. And sometimes people do that. You know, like when you're at school,
Yeah.
there might be somebody that you don't get along with. I mean, I know you have a
Yeah.
lot of friends, but
Yeah.
there could be some other kids who are just mean to you for no
Yeah.
reason. And you're like, I don't really like them. That's what happens with mommies and daddies
Yeah.
sometimes. They just end up, they care about each other, but they don't like how each other are.
Yeah.
And that's their problem, not yours, because you didn't do anything. You're just a little boy. You're
Yeah.
6 years old. You're just learning
And a
life.
half.
6.5 years old. And you're just learning how to live your life. And you've got a lot more living to do. So your best bet is make good choices. And you know how. You know how to make good choices because you're pretty smart. And you see me and Papa, we make good choices. We don't make bad choices. Sometimes we make a mistake and make a bad choice.
Yeah.
But we learn from our mistakes. If we did something wrong, we try really hard not to do it again because we don't want to get in trouble again. Even
Yeah.
Papas and Mimas can get in trouble, right?
Yeah.
Not just kids, adults get in trouble too for bad choices. So what we want for the audience and the kids out there in YouTube land is be brave. Know that mommies and daddies, they won't fight forever.
Yeah. And never talk about, never swear or say bad words.
No, you know what? Swearing
It's the worst.
is not good because
Yeah.
in our vocabulary, we have a lot of words we can use to explain how we feel
Yeah.
or what we want to say.
Yeah.
And kind of people who aren't too smart swear
Yeah.
because they don't know any other words to say. So they say bad words.
It's a black bag.
Yeah.
So that's why even when we're around our friends and we're trying to get silly and we think we're cool because we're with our boys or Kiki's with her girls or you're just trying to act grown up, it's not always the way to go.
Yeah.
I think we're going to conclude today's episode of the Papa and Connor show. And I think we're going to end this. Can you, Connor, can you thank our audience for joining us today?
Thank you for joining us, YouTube. If you want to see more videos, give a link down below in the comments if you want to see another video of us.
Thank you. Peace out.
Peace out. Bye.